I want to share with you a story. When I was 8 years old, my father, who was a professor in English, he graduated from Beijing University as well, but majored in English. So he brought home a telescope. And I was so excited. I still remember this picture is so vivid. And I remember exactly the same thing. I saw the moon. The moon is huge. It was the very first time I saw the surface of the moon. It was amazing. And in that moment, I knew that's the vision of my life. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna explore, I'm gonna study science. And since that day, my father, my mother never even asked me one thing about study because I was on my own because I had a vision. I really want to study. I really want to get on the moon someday. And so I would say that sometimes the parents did little things. And that little thing really helped their kids to establish the vision and then get so inspired. So my father inspired me and instilled a vision in an 8-year-old girl. And he also told me that you can do whatever the boys do and still wear the pretty dresses. This is why I was fearless in the boardroom, in the C-suite. I was never scared because my father told me that it is okay to compete with the boys, right? So that night, through that telescope, I saw vision. Through the telescope, I saw direction. So when I went to the college exam, it was very competitive. I had a really great score. So I was able to choose any university, any major. But without hesitation, I chose space physics. Because that moment when I was 8 years old and I saw the moon, that was my vision through the telescope. However, that is a vision through the telescope. That means I didn't have any other advices from other experts. So when I went to Beijing University the first week, I was in deep depression because I found out there are not many jobs in space physics. That field is too advanced. So if you look at my career, I wasted almost 10 years in the space physics. Yes, I'm pretty good at the research, but on the other side, all the information, all the knowledge I learned, I acquired through the space physics, atmospheric science was wasted. So I wish at that time I had an opportunity to see a whole bunch of experts. Just like the first week when I entered the university, Beijing University, when I talked around, I found out, oh my God, space physics is not a great direction to study. It's a dead end at that moment. It was too advanced. So I wish that I had a chance at my earlier time, like in college, in the high school or middle school, to meet with those great experts who can give me whatever things needed and what will be the hardest job in the next 20, 30 years. So this is a very popular Japanese way, said that you need to find your ikigai. Meaning is you need to find something you love, something you're good at, something that the society needs, and also you can get paid for it. That is the sweet spot for a happy life. So I didn't know that because I didn't know what the world loves and what kind of job is going to pay for my future life. So then at this point, what we want to share with you is what is the big trend, right? As some of you know that I taught classes and I'm still teaching classes at Stanford. And last week I taught 1-hour classes to the management science group about what is the impact to the world from the fourth industrial revolution. So let's take on this topic very briefly. So it started already. The IoT, artificial intelligence, and the MOBA, the cloud, and the DNA editing technology really changed our world. And this is just the beginning. It's enabling us to live a more automated life, at the same time disrupt what we're so used to, right? So the life is going to be very different because AI will change every aspect of life. Because one point I talked to AI, Pat keeps saying this is A1, but now Pat knows AI so well. Then the question one day, Pat asked me, will technology replace our future generation's job? Absolutely. You know, the jobs they're going to replace is going to be robotic job, repetitive job in the next 5 years, routine job probably in 8 to 10 years, and taxi driver will not have jobs in 8 to 10 years. And optimized jobs in 10 years, like assistant, analyst job will be gone. But at the same time, AI really empowered some of the jobs, like CEO's job. You know, you don't have to do a lot of manual analytics, and you can get this report automatically. Just don't even have to say it. It's gonna show up whenever you think about it. The surgeons, I went to Da Vinci surgery. I also used the Da Vinci's mechanical hand to tie a knot and to skin the strawberry. So even I was able to do that. So the surgeons, you don't have to have so many surgeons because surgeons can remotely control the surgery globally. So there are so many other creative jobs and it's going to be empowered by AIs. And then where are the new business opportunities? As earlier, Pat and also Dr. Ju and Dr. Liu said, when there's a crisis, there will be opportunities. There are a lot of things, personalized robot, labor as services, and then some of you saw the movie or the TV show Black Mirror. Is disturbing, but at the same time, opens so many different opportunities and make you wonder what life is gonna be in the next 10 years. So the good news is there are 10 major trillion ecosystem of jobs will be emerging in 2025. But you say, oh, I can just go to university, I automatically get into that, which is not true because universities are lagging behind. It takes a long time for them to adopt a new technology, right? So that means if you go to university, you choose something that is going to be outdated in 5 years, you can waste 4 years of time and waste a lot of money. And like I did, I chose something was too advanced. Maybe this is the right time. Not even now, space physics is the right job because Elon Musk just launched the reusable, a rocket. And then maybe 5 years down the road, you will have some space physics related jobs, for the regular public. So this is really going to be great. And then all the jobs are AI powered. New jobs are AI powered, human centric. So in the past, all the businesses are process driven, right? And now it's about the people driven, right? And then look at what I did. I really am getting to the Stanford D School. I co-teaches these classes with some other research scientists there. And what we try to do is to retransform all our software in the design thinking, which is you think for your users. So the question here is, are you digitally ready and you're mentally ready with your kids to really thrive in this new digital age?